And if we change that, if we change that kind of mentality, that is the best way we can see our life forward. Because this kind of things, but because of lack of jobs. Our youth, but there's no way they can get jobs. Also, the old people, they're in their position, they don't want to retire. Retirement is a mandatory by the parliament of Uganda, but these people, they don't want to respect the retirement package. They said you retire and go home. They are still afraid when they are retired to go home, issues of land which will be stolen or what will come back to them. And that's the problem. If you see, we try to copy, sometimes we try to copy the Westerner, our black guys from the US. But these people, they eat good food before they take drugs. These people, they are well maintained. These people have insurance, but for you here, you may take too much drugs, and then you are not able to even pay to get also the Panadol, only just Panadol. Bringing different mental health programs in Gulu, in northern Uganda. I told you I had a one project called Charle in Canada, mental health for the youths. So we find out a lot of youths have mental problems. When they said mental sickness, mental health sickness, some people think sickness is something different, but no, stress can cause you problem. Because the result of your past can cause you problem too. Drug can also be part of it. So being a mental health.
Yes, lu aku yang matika na watin and wadugo ke don chale black. Yes, wa dua inim kamera wa oloto wanong kong ngeja chela rio ketung bor la det. Ye ni wa kong wa logitin about kita drugs kalanya kere dia volume megwa minaga Uganda matek tuan. Ya. Pange uner mamegi but ketung bor na chalo tika kero yela matek tuan.
Yes. I think the first of all, for this interview again, and this is a very nice program to discuss, to see that we can change the life of our G's outside there. And then we have to see in a different way. So, number two, drugs. Number one, being a gangster or being a real G in town, you're supposed to do drugs. You're supposed to drink alcohol, all this stuff. You're supposed to be in every show, every events around town. You have to be with good babes around. And that's called your gangster. You have to smoke weed or do this kind of different kind of drugs. But that's not the case. For me, I've been a gangster for many years here in Gulu. But you will never see me even a single day taking a weed or smoke a cigarette. Never done that.
I was about to ask you if you are Guaremar Jai, Item Jimmy Pian, we are Pola Diet Mobe Watchane, Loricum Jimmy Tech, Borngar Moikan Kanan, POB.
Yes, but look at that call. Yeah, now better with Joma Yuayo, Joma Maro, with market give a chow, but also depend on how you use it. When you stress, if you take weed, it make you feel fresh and take away your problems. But now, youth, which kind of problem do they want to take away? That is the same thing maybe causing laziness in our youths nowadays. Youth of nowadays don't get you me design. Now teach design some kind of me for a some kind no need for money gang fully in the same rooms. That is not okay. That is not being a real for me. As I said, I produce a music with Laxi Movo. I have a music called Melody with Laxi Movo, and Town and City Life also the same with Laxi Movo. I have two music with Laxi Movo. I have one song before with Samikas. Those two guys back in the den. My big up, my producer was the same producer all the time. Osai and Kawunda. Those are my producers. They know me very well, very clear. Those guys, they know me. I always tell them I'm not artist. They say, no. You are among us. You are a legend in our town. So those are the things. So I never been involved really I try always to make sure that I never been a gangster, or I've been a bad, or I've been a G in town, a boy, or a stubborn youth in town by making people feel not okay, taking drugs, alcohol. I know, and that's not a good thing. For me, at the time, I better work those days with young money. I protect girls so much. Kira in the way, that's the problem. You have a problem with me because these girls have really lived a long life, and that's the time that I reached at a certain point. I said, no, I want to be a voice for these people. I want to stand for them and see that their life is never the same, because some of them they have been forced to be in the life they're in. They don't want it. And some of them, they just, like these girls, they feel like those days in school, karaoke, when people sing karaoke, they feel so powerful. Now from karaoke, you have to know the musicians, I mean, need way money. Even though the guy is broke, long as the name musician now is a very big thing for our girls also back in our hometown here. And those days, for me, I told you, for me, my favorite artist always, remember, make me a very big man. Always, I think straight to the point. I don't play around. 50 Cent is one of them.
Mm.
Tupac Shakur, those are one of the guys. You talk for the people who their voice is not heard. You stand for them and you fight for them. You can look in other ways. People see that you are really, this is really a bad gangster. He's really done a lot of bad things or whatever. No, I don't do bad things. I protect my people. I see that my people, my young generation come have a better future. For me, that's a priority. And I'm just one of the guy, you don't play. For me, I don't play. Doesn't matter where you come from. The only thing is don't touch me in a certain point. When I say it's enough, it's enough. If I said when I said please stop there, stop there. If you continue, I change, I become a chameleon. You know that. I become a hot guy. But these are the things that I try, but I'm not violent. I never want to be violent since my life, my childhood. Up to now. If you go around town, you ask that did you ever seen Charlie fighting with somebody on the street? No, you'll never see me. One, I don't do that because I feel like everything is about talking to somebody. So I believe in dialogue because dialogue is the way forward of having a better life. Dialogue is something that help other young generation to grow, to understand good things and bad things out of it. So if you live along, that is how the street always taught us back in the day. Back in the day, we are those are. I told you this guy. I don't know. This is a very good friend of Lumix. Back then, he also was a vice guy for the Vonica. It's called, I don't know, this something. This guy also used to do a very good hip hop here in Gulu. Also one of the legend in Nalobo. He do really good rap, and also together with my brother Alan Smokey. Those are the teams. Alan Smokey, Lumix, and then this guy, the one I'm talking about, is a very good friend of Lumix back then, and he's the vice of the Vanica record. Yeah, he has a dread, like BM something like that. His name is something like that. Yes, those are the people that we've seen them. Look, Nani or Young Money just was a young kid. He brought around and he start catching. The guy catch up fire from a Lobo Limited also back then doing the rap and stuff. So I would say back then we look life in a different way. But right now, the way we look at life, for our youth look at life in a different way, which is a little bit disappointing because if you see, we try to copy. Sometimes we try to copy the Westerner, our black guys from the US. But these people, they eat good food before they take drugs. These people, they are well maintained. These people have insurance, but for you here, you may take too much drugs, and then you are not able to even to pay to get also the Panadol, only just Panadol. You go. Life alone is in danger because HIV, these stuffs, different kind of sickness, they're outside there. Yeah, which at a certain point when you're drunk, you're over drugged yourself, you end up doing anything without knowing. You realize when it's too late already. Yeah.
Yes, Don Charlie. We want to take this opportunity to appreciate you a lot about what you are telling us. We as a new generation,
Yes.
and we made it with any. Kaya more on drugs, pole, kinero chalo jemima, luwegi, jomanu nungu bale, kete waje ni kome,
Mm-hmm.
enegiti yukere. Nowadays, ipo ni umayar mo wiyete kabane.
Mm-hmm.
No mo ko pepenge ni no tikati kigwak
Timothy.
jeme
Yes.
ni. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So ini neno chalo yo mene mauluto waramotich kere me reducing type jeme eoni.
Yes, that's a very nice way and a very nice question. And I think the answer to this question in Amachil area, bringing different mental health programs in Gulu in northern Uganda. I told you I had one project called Grand Charle in Canada, mental health for the youths. So we find out a lot of youths have mental problems. When they said mental sickness, mental health sickness, some people think sickness is something different, but no, stress can cause you problem because and the result of your past can cause you problem too. Drug can also be part of it. So being a mental health not healthy, under that is mean can be in a different way. Use of drugs, being abused back in the time when you are still a child, result of war can also be a problem to that. Mistreatment from the family can cause all this problem. Fighting for properties at home, people fight for land, they kill each other. Those things can also bring into mental health problems. So we found, and also use of different kind of drug. And some people they are not interested to do drug, but they have been forced to do drug through friends. Yeah, you test this, you test this. So one of the way more we're reducing it, and we have to bring more programs to people down on your way being able to use drug and drug and at the end. And how is my future going to look like? Because when you meet him, you have to think about the future first. How is going to reflect in your future. So I think that's the kind of training that we bring more to our people down here. Learning. Wasting time. It's a certain thing, man. No, doesn't develop their life. So you focus more in this thing because now people, is kind of sometimes it's a mentality by the West because by the West in general, sometimes when they see a black person, guess what they think of? They call you so-called name nigger. You understand? A nigger. If any phone go lost here and you're the only black person among 5, 10 West white people around, who will be the first suspect? It's you.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that? Because that is that is a stupid mentality also they have. So we have to see the way of also because now if you see that kind of thing, but if you can't get care of what kind like in a place also where there's a white, even though one white person is here, 10 black are here, phone got lost. Who is the first suspect? Who will be the first suspect?
We're very black.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're leaving this one. I'm there, but this one is a different thought.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that? So that's why the same thing as we people is important for us to be united. It's very, very important to be one people. Once we are one people, the future is bright. I tell you that. We are stronger together. Divided we fall. Yes, together we are very strong. It's untouchable. And that's why some people part of the world, they fear us. Simply because some of us, the reason why we are afraid, because we cannot stand on our own. We are always afraid. That's why we always expect free thing too much. And free thing always come with a cost in life. And if we change that kind of mentality, that is the best way we can see our life forward. Because this kind of things, but because of lack of jobs. Our youth, but there's no way they can get jobs. Also, the old people, they're in their position, they don't want to retire. Retirement is a mandatory by the parliament of Uganda, but these people, they don't want to respect the retirement package. They said you retire and go home. They are still afraid when they are retired to go home, issues of land which will be stolen or what will come back to them. And that's the problem. You see that? So these are the things I think we need to see a way as youths and also our people. Also, we help our elders because sometimes also it's understandable. Our elders, they may not be in position to leave their workplace early. Why? Because they feel like if they are out, there's no one else to replace them.
Yeah.
Because our youth are all drunkos, drug guys. You see that? So if our youth also, we have to change that kind of mentality and we bring our elders close to us. Example, if you see the Rojo Pajo, I heard Rojo Pajo started, which were for the deal Windolo, Kachil